Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. This is a game between Galman and TheDecideR on Ruins of Seras. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player, it is Galman. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is TheDecideR. Did I say bottom right or bottom left? I don't know. Either way, it's the right side versus the left side, which makes scouting kind of interesting. We'll see who can find the other player first. So this is a silver level replay that was sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. It made it through my rigorous screening process to become the one that would become the weekly highlight for you. If you'd also like to submit a replay for Into the Void, go ahead and send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of Into the Void. If it doesn't say Into the Void, I will probably just trash it. So be sure you do that so that I can sort my emails as necessary. So look at this. Nexus first from TheDecideR at silver level. You madman. I like your style. Galman going for a much more safe, what looks like a Reaper expand. Popularized back in 2013 by the player Top. Okay, I don't know if that's true. I'm not sure if it was Top, but somebody popularized it. Maybe if you know, you can tell me in the comments, because Reaper Expand is so darn standard for Terran. Holy smokes. Alright, SCV does scout in. Does see the super late gateway. Does see the assimilator here as well. So the Nexus, if it gets up here for TheDecideR, it can make a big stinking difference. But here comes the Reaper. Is he going to go Reaper? Reapers aren't good at killing buildings. No Marines. Ah, going Marines instead. So Galman perhaps going for more of a timing push a little bit later than just straight up harassment, which honestly I think a Reaper would have been really good here because there's nothing defending these probes at all. The gateway is not even complete. Cybernetics core super far away from completing as well. Mothership core another step after that. Stalker another step after that. Really what you have to do to deal with Reapers is either Stalkers or Mothership core with photon overcharge, and again that was not going to be a thing for a long time, so I'm not sure about this decision by Galman. So this is silver level, so there are mistakes that are made, but that's a-okay because everybody learns from their mistakes. Every loss you figure out what you did wrong and try to improve and become better, a better person. The pro before TheDecideR finally scouts out where the Terran player is, but unfortunately for him there's really nothing to see, you know what I mean? So he sees the barracks, he sees, can I see that factory sneak? Oh, why does it do that? No, we can't see the factory. Get inside, probe. Nope, just kidding, getting chased out by the Marines instead. Forced to run away from home. Here's the expansion part of the Reaper Expand. These players are good. You know what? These players might be better than my mid-rank madness that I cast just a couple of days ago. Their APM is not higher, but the decision-making and the timing seems better. I don't know, man. Sometimes that line between silver and platinum is not that thick. It's a real thin line. Silver and platinum both kind of look the same too, so that helps my metaphor, I suppose. Anyway, TheDecideR is up 23 to 22 harvesters, is now getting the first probe from this Nexus. Seems like it's a little bit late, but that's okay. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference here. Robotics facility and a Twilight Council from TheDecideR going for both Blink Tech, possibly Storm Tech, and Robotics Tech. I love this. I like what we're seeing here from the Protoss player. I might be rooting for Protoss here. We'll have to wait and see. Starport, sneaky Starport over here for Galman. So he's going, I mean, pros do this. 1-1-1 build, barracks, factory, into Starport, chuck a command center in there somewhere, and call it good. Go from there, get both your refineries, do whatever you want after that point. Go for Hellions, go for Widow Mines, go for a ton of Marauders and Marines, Medivacs too if you want, throw a bunker at the front, and from here on out, you are golden if you're the Terran player. So TheDecideR, a little bit more unorthodox, perhaps not as confident in what he's doing. We'll have to wait and see. Going for a Dark Shrine, not even behind, and going for a Dark Shrine. So here is your Twilight Council. Here is your Robotics Facility. What are you doing with these things? TheDecideR. The answer is a Warp Prism. Wow, going for a Warp Prism here at the 4-minute mark on a depth drop would be super devastating. There's nothing defending this mineral line. Nothing defending this mineral line either. Galman's not going for Liberators, it doesn't look like. There's a Starport with a Tech Lab, so probably Banshee? Banshees are popular in the lower levels. Not as popular in the higher levels, I think just because they're a little bit too slow without this, whereas the Hyperflight Rotors upgrade that increases the movement speed of Banshees, makes them so fast. Holy smokes, if you haven't seen that, you're missing out. So probe count, still 29 to 30, so actually behind Galman, despite going Nexus first. I suppose mules are good. Is that our reason for that? Entirely possible. Engineering bay, supply depot, bunker. Widow mines defending here too. Widow mines also popular in this particular matchup. The Decider setting up a warp prism, heading up around north. Gonna take a sneaky route. Maybe pick up that probe. Nah, that would be dumb. Is the probe going for proxy tech though? What are you doing, probe? We're gonna watch the probe for a bit here, see what he's planning on doing. The warp prism is really taking a roundabout method to get out there. Ah, tags the Zelnaga watchtower, make sure that's a clear path. Wow, the Decider, you are smart. Look at that. That's a great move. I don't think I've ever actually seen a pro do that. Alrighty then. So here comes the warping of, I'm going to say adepts. Ready, set, adepts. Enough money to do it. There we go. Actually, no. Dark Templar drop. Oh, no. Okay, there is enough for one scan there. Enough. Nope. No scans. So there's one scan. There is an engineering bay, so missile turrets can be constructed. There's one at the front door, but nothing here in the main. This could be devastating for a Terran player, getting additional barracks. Really setting up shop here, using a Liberator to defend. What a novel concept, using Defender mode, which I believe is technically called... Is it still called Defender mode? I think it is. Anyway, to defend back home instead of being an offender and killing probes. So both players just kind of hanging out, but here comes our first hit. Warp Prism sneaking on in, being very careful about this. And here come the DTs. 1, 2, 3. What are they doing? They're going right after the orbital command. Nope. 2 of them going for workers. 1 trying to take down the OC all by its lonesome. Another DT trying to sneak on in here. Can it make it? And the answer is yes. Just skirts outside of the range of the missile turret. No. Inside the range. Get out there. And the DT does manage to get out of there alive. There's the scan. The DTs get surrounded by SCVs. Can they live through this DPS? They're trying to kill as many workers as they can. 1 more DT left. And no, they kill that DT as well. This DT gets cleaned up as the missile turret was finishing too. And the warp prism backs on out. So this orbital command almost died. 19 SCVs were killed though. Wow, that was effective. That was one effective play. Applause for the Decider in that one. Galman, however, did not lose his orbital command, which is nice. Still has mules, which is nice. Still getting Marines and Marauders, getting Stim, getting +1 attack, spending his money well, which is nice. The Decider struggling to spend those minerals just a little bit. So maybe Galman's ability to spend money better than his opponent can make the difference here today. Oh, we're going to have to wait and see. That's why we cast these games. Immortal, +2 attack on the way at the 7-minute mark. Nicely done, the Decider. And getting Zealot legs. I've seen a lot of charge recently out of Protoss. I don't know what it is. Even at the higher levels, Zealot charge has been fairly popular. I'm not sure if that's because to kind of adjust to the meta, especially against Terran. Zealots have always been good at absorbing damage from Marines and Marauders that are shooting at your Stalker Immortal Ball or whatever else you have as Protoss. And so you can kind of focus on them with your ranged attacks while they're busy attacking your shield at the front, which are the Zealots. So that might be exactly what the Decider is going for here. APM skyrocketing. Nope, still at about 50 average, but no, flirting with 100 here currently. So the players, when they have a lot to do, that APM definitely raises. More DTs though. What is this garbage? DTs and Zealots. Is it a sneak? So the Zealots kind of provide a distraction while the DTs actually kill everything, hoping that Galman doesn't recognize what's going on until it's too late. Oh, this is sneaky. This is a lot of DTs too. Alrighty then, DTs massacring all the SCVs there. Oh, there's the scan. This guy stays out of range though. His brothers are going to die, except for these two. Look at this sticking in the corners. Is this visible? Is that visible? Oh, it was just for a second there. DTs trying to fight their way out of here, and they do manage to get out. There are 4 DTs going to town on these Marauders, killing Marines too. Run away, guys. Run away. You almost have a scan available on this command center, but not yet, and that one is way far away. Just run. DTs need to prioritize targets. What are they going to do? Going after add-ons is a good move. Trying to get barracks, maybe not as good of a move, but that's okay. The Decider rolling in with the Warp Prism again. Warping in more units here. Scan available now. Run, DTs, run. No, don't attack, run. Nah, one manages just to barely get out into the corner and will survive. Zealots trying to hack down this orbital command before they get evaporated. Not even close. Sorry, Zealots. A for effort, but you're going to evaporate without succeeding at your task. Oh, there's still a DT in there, though. DT! DT scanned and killed. These DTs too, getting evaporated. Galman holding on for dear life. Has lost 27 harvesters. The Decider has lost 12 DTs and 6 zealots. More DTs here as the Warpism gets killed. The DTs trying to kill stuff. They're killing Marines, that's for sure. 4 kills, 5 kills here. There's the scan, and the DTs are going to get melted once again, I think. And they do. Alright, quick drink there, as a third base is coming up for Galman. Third Nexus, here for the Decider. Resources lost tab, 2,600 minerals, 1,700 gas lost for the Decider, 3,400 minerals, 300 gas lost for Galman. So many dead workers, though, and a probe just died somewhere. Where's that probe? Fourth base for the Decider, double expanding. Ah, Liberator attack down here. Alright, setting up with the Liberators, trying to kill what they get, and the Stalkers trying to find good angles at which to kill these Liberators, getting one. The other one, oh, nice dodge by the Decider. Immortals can't really help here. More Stalkers getting warped in to assist with this Liberator attack, and a cannon. Ooh, good positioning on the cannon too. Liberator needs to back on out. Don't take any hits. It doesn't. Trying to find good angles, but the Stalker is bouncing back and forth, trying to make themselves be ready for the Liberator when it comes. Somehow the Decider's only up 4 workers on Galman, despite killing, again, 30 harvesters. Lost 12 of his own, which is a bit of a problem. Liberator circle here again. You guys, over here. Over here. Come on, laddie, you can do it. Come on, Stalkers, I believe. +2/+2 on these guys. Pretty darn amazing. And +3/+3 to another kill on this Liberator. 6 worker kills. Stalkers, sacrifice your lives. Do it. Yep, 1 Stalker dies. And 2 Stalkers die. So Blink Stalker's better at this than regular Stalkers are. So maybe get Blink if you have Liberators trying to kill you, as the Decider is trying to do. So 70 to 93 total supply. Galman looking good. Galman looking strong, actually. These guys have +1 attack. No armor upgrades, which might be a problem for them. They do, however, have combat shield. And how's this going to work? Liberator sets up an offender mode circle. Widowmines burrowed inside the circle. Marines and Marauders. No medevacs, actually. No medevacs at all. Surprisingly foregoing that unit for reasons I do not understand. They try to get the pylons to prevent photon overcharge, but can't quite get that one. Is there a mothership core? Have I been paying attention to that recently? There's the mothership core. Did it die earlier? Or is that the first one? Units lost. No. That's the first mothership core here for the Decider. Alright, man. You need mothership cores so bad. Ready, set, photon overcharge. No, not that one. This one. Oh, nope. Only photon overcharge the one. Okay, that was smart. I thought the mothership core had photon overcharged this one for like a second before it died. No, that is not what happened here. Marines, Marauders, setting up shop, making sure nobody comes down this ramp. Hey, so quick pro tip. Oh my gosh, he doesn't see this base. How does he not see that base? It's right there. Alright, blinking on down, getting to surround Immortals, kind of moving in there. They get the Liberator, the Immortals die almost immediately. Shots from the Widowmines. Actually doing pretty well here. Stalkers and Immortals trying to kill what they can. Photon overcharge being used. Coming a little bit too far here is Galman. And yes, actually being forced to retreat. Now he sees this base, going after this Nexus. And there's this Warp Prism hanging out here for the Decider. Not quite sure what he's doing with that, but that's A-okay. The Decider has completely stopped doing anything under this assault. I don't know why. Like, my instinct when I'm under attack is to build all the units in the world. Sometimes that's all the Lings, and sometimes Lings aren't the correct choice, but, you know, it works out in the end. And Galman heads home. As more Zealot Warpins, going to kill more and more SCVs. Holy smokes. Bad place to work, man. The Yelp reviews, actually, does Yelp do where you work? I guess Glassdoor. The Glassdoor reviews for this place have got to be like, oh man, I worked in the mineral line for like 15 minutes. And during that time, several Dark Templar attacks and Zealot attacks killed several of my friends. I do not ever recommend working here. 1 star. Another Liberator on the way for Galman, but secret third base remains secret. Nothing's happening here. This probe is stuck. More Zealots down here in the natural, killing yet more SCVs. 50 SCVs have died. And that's climbing because they're fighting back. SCVs don't fight back against Zealots, you fool. +3/+3 Zealots, no less. Man, these guys are going to absorb a ton of damage, and they do, and finally they do get cleaned up. But Galman's left with 12 SCVs, which is not super good. These drop attacks have been pretty fantastic, actually, from the Decider thus far. Again, it did lose this base, but has sneaky base where nothing's happening. All right, another pro tip. If you have a base, mine from it. That is the end of the pro tip. Galman is getting +1 ship weapons and +1 Terran armor. Way behind on those upgrades, bro. That's going to cause you a problem and a half. But army supply, I think, still favors Galman. He's pumping out these Marines, these Marauders. Look at this production tab, just doing absolutely everything he can to make sure he has a bigger army than his opponent. However, you will notice a lot of these guys are very low on health. A lot of reds, yellows, oranges in here. Nobody's in green, I don't think. Although it doesn't show health bars unless they are, but I think they've all stimmed to the point where they're very low on health. So another pro tip, if you're Terran, make medevacs. Just do it. Just make them. Even if you're meching, like make some medevacs because your Hellbats could use those. Wood of Mines here as well. And hey, mining! The Decider heard me. The Decider heard Falcon Paladin and is now successfully mining from his third base. However, Terran's doing the same thing, and look at this, catching up in that worker count, continuing to make SCVs so fast. The Decider making a probe here and there, kind of scattered, I think. Scattered here and there, but I like this. I like this probe transfer. Income tab should actually benefit the Terran, and it is. Let's see when these probes actually get to work, if that will help. The answer is, yeah, about 800 for these players. Pretty darn even. The Decider's up by 10, 11 harvesters, but mules can make up that difference pretty much at that level. So another mule available, 4 mules available there. I wonder if he stopped spending his energy because he's afraid of more Dark Templar attacks. That seems like something that might have happened here. And another base for the Decider. Look at this expanding from the Decider. I like it. I like it a lot. Can you spend your money, though, the Decider? The answer is yes. Look at this. 100, 200. Galman's floating a ton of minerals here. Has not very much available supply. Getting supply blocked a bit. And as usual, make those probes and pylons. Make those supply depots and SCVs continuously, because you will need them. If you're doing those two things, you will need additional supply. I like the combination here, though, of Stalker, Immortal, Zealot, Adept, all +3/+3. More Zealots getting warped in, again, with that charge ability. And considering there are no medevacs, and considering how low on health a lot of these units are, I think I'm going to put my money on the Decider here. These Marines die, but they did notify the Homeland that there's an army wandering around somewhere here for the Decider. Being very careful, throwing down the Defender Mode Circle, walking through the Defender Mode Circle very cautiously. Dun, 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 dun. And coming from the north, here comes the Decider, and here comes the attack. Yes, retreating, stimming. Every stim is not good here. And blinking forward, taking down the Liberator. Nice job at running for his life is the Decider. That's a lot of Marines and Marauders. I wonder if he knows he can let him overstim to death. Losing an Immortal, which is a problem. Stim again. Are you going to stim again, Galman? Don't do it, man. I know you have an itchy trigger finger. I know you want to. Is this Warp Prism going to kill more stuff? Hey, a medevac! Don't do it. Not overstimming. All right. Not overstimming, Galman. Nicely done there, my good friend. Bring the medevac over, though. You have one. Bring it over here. Warp Prism not doing much of anything to this point. And this base here, not doing anything for the Decider either. So transferring some probes up, I think. Yeah, 12 there now. Nicely done. Continuing to expand here. Army supply, 3,900 minerals, 1,300 gas, +3/+3 on those guys for the Decider. Galman with 5,000 minerals, 1,000 gas, +1/+1/+1. And here's another drop back here. Zealots going to town on more SCVs. They're trying to surround and kill these Zealots, but they have such good upgrades. It is not going to happen. 74 workers have died. The number is not over yet. There's another one. There's another one. 77. Can we get 78? Do we hear 79? 79 going once? No. Not 79, but 78. 41 to 25 workers. The Decider has been so massive here. Another huge attack. Marines, Marauders against Stalkers and Immortals and Adepts. There are medevacs here now. There is Stim available too. The upgrades are helping the Decider, but there is just so much bio here for Galman, actually tearing through every single Stalker, every single Zealot, And now moving in for the kill, up 92 to 75 total supply. There's not a third base here. Zealots going to town on that third command center, though. Third orbital command. Does Galman want to go up this ramp? He's worried about photon overcharge, but there are only adepts and stalkers here. I don't know. Are these guys actually this low in energy? Yeah, the medevacs are all pretty much out of energy, which seems like a problem. This orbital command going to die unless the mule can save it and tries. Nope. Nope. Zealot killed it. Orbital command going to fall and collapse in a heap and explode on the ground. So warp prism tactics. Special tactics by the Decider making the difference here. Ready, set, lands, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, exploding. Ah, losing that third hurts so much. And the Zealot actually with 8 kills. Widowmine dodges the Widowmine shot. Another attack down here though. DT's mixed in with the army. Can Galman scan? I don't know if he can. Another stim. The medevac's actually leaving the army. There's the scan though, and the DT's get exposed and evaporated. Oh no. No, don't do it. Okay, backing out. Backing out. And does he have another scan available? I don't know. Yes, he does. So Galman gonna make this thing work. I think he's up 68 to 47 supply. Down 41 to 5 harvesters though. Galman has this and this alone. Can he win with his Marines and his Marauders? +2 attack on these babies. Heading up into the main base. There's nothing in production for the Decider at all. He's getting some cannons. He has some zealots. And that's it. I think this might be it for our Protoss player. Photon overcharges trying to do what they can and getting burned so fast. The pylons just absolutely die. Another overcharge. The zealots choose to engage. They're hard to kill, but again, so much stim, so much Marauders, so much Marine. More zealots getting warped in here. Another pylon ends up falling. It's so darn close. 47 to 74 total supply. I just think that Galman has it. The zealots trying to kill what they can, slowly whittling down this army, getting a Marauder, almost getting another Marauder there. DT's getting warped in here. Are there scans available? So many scans available. Oh boy, here they come. DT is going to try to make it work though. Going to try to sneak in here with this adept, I think is the plan. The income is going to help a lot here for the Decider. Oh, another scan. DT backs out, patiently awaiting the death of his brother. Adept falls there too. DT tries to sneak on in, a bit overstimmed here, and no, gets evaporated before killing anything. You have to at least get an attack off. Oh my gosh. Alright, so Galman is super overstimmed. He's getting healed slowly here. The Mothership Core trying to attack things. Another DT comes in, but no, another scan is available. And the DTs die. Mothership Core going to 26 hit points. 26 hit points remaining. DT is getting another couple kills, and Galman picks up and leaves. Sort of. He boosted and then sat there, which seems like an odd strategy, but he doesn't know about these bases. Nope, no idea these bases exist. He thinks, okay, he's got to say, how is the Decider warping in these units? What income does he have? The answer is 33 probes. Floating down the command center, the orbital command to this base. Wow, 23-minute mark here. Galman has another huge group of Marines and Marauders. Where were these guys the whole time? Were they sitting up here? They could have won this game. I bet they were. Pushing out again is Galman. But, holy smokes, another DT. Trying to get this orbital command. Can he kill it? He can't if it gets lifted, that's for sure. SCVs might try to repair. Yes, trying to repair this damage, but I think the DT can out DPS doing 60 damage per swipe here. Out DPS the repair. Scan and kill. Ready to go. You have to save this. There it is. Barely saving it, but it is burning. Oh, wait. Galman. Galman, save it. Galman, send an SCV to save. No, harvesting is good. 2 DTs, and the orbital command ends up falling. Oh, no. One more orbital command available with scan, so the DTs will die. But this is it. This is the final orbital command for Galman. If he loses this, he is toast. Marines Marauders on a scouting mission to determine exactly where the Decider's units are, because he has no idea. The answer is up here. Obviously. Oh, shoot, there's nothing to defend this for the Decider. Warping in more DTs into the main base. If at first they don't succeed with DTs, try again with DTs. A big warp in of Zealous. This should be enough. Can they finish? They do finish before the pylon dies, and they have charged, getting a surround. Look at that. Able to kill the Marines, kill the Marauders with ease. The base is saved. Good warp in there by the Decider. Buildings are dying all over the place here. The Decider has a total number of 6 DTs. The big army, though, for Galman. Again, +2/+1. Going to take out these Zealots. No problem whatsoever. And I think this might be a game where Galman wins because he can lift buildings at this point. I really think that might be what happens. DTs, once again, sneaking in, but where is it? Oh, the orbital command made it over here. If I were the DTs, I would focus on killing this orbital command and allowing these DTs to come in and finish off this army because they just killed the Nexus. The probes are long distance mining. Another scan is available. How many more? There are still 2. Still 2 here. DTs hacking away, slowly whittling down this Marauder and this Marine count. But again, 2 scans. 1 scan is there. DTs all get killed. Galman, what's he doing? Production tab shows absolutely nothing going on for Galman. DT, get down here. Kill this orbital. The scans are the only thing keeping Galman in this game. He has warp gates here. He has warp gates here. Some of them are unpowered, but he has a bunch. DT's on the ground, not doing much of anything at all. Galman thinking there's a base up here. The probes are long distance mining around this way, but he thought they were going up here, so that actually buys DecideR a little bit of time. This DT killing buildings, and there's the liftoff. Galman lifting on off, coming down here, relocating to his new main base, which is right at his 3rd. Units tab is 16 Zealots, 6 Dark Templar, versus 5 Marauders, 15 Marines, and 5 Medevacs that are slowly getting more energy all the time. Oh, wait, accidental fly. Yep, accidentally discovering this base, landing on top of everything. Good probe pull, though. Good reaction time from the DecideR. Here come more Zealots, a ton of Zealots on the ground, coming from the right side, coming from the top side, getting a full pin in, and a pickup and a boost out, forcing a retreat from Galman. Oh, no probes. No probes. Run. There we go. And the probes run away. Zealots can't do anything about this. Getting shot from the high ground. A bad feeling. Bad feeling for those poor Zealots. They have the upgrades, but man, it doesn't even matter. Really abusing this high-low ground thing that Galman has going. Landing back here, killing a probe, going after these warp gates. What? What? Small group of Marines and Marauders here. Actually, uh-oh. Wait! Probes, run! Some of the probes run. That's okay. And these guys are going to die. Charged Zealots are going to chase them down. Trying to kill probes, though. Nah, it's not going to happen. Nope, not at all. These guys, meanwhile, having the time of their life. Just sitting back and shooting down some gateways, shooting down some pylons. You know how it is. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. When the pylon dies, another pylon dies. The DecideR is actually supply blocked. Supply blocked here. If Terran wins this thing, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. Okay, so the thing is, if the Zealots can catch these units, they will kill them. But Galman has shown a pretty darn good ability to pick up and boost out. So what the DecideR needs to do, with all the available money that he has, which is not anything, is make some Stalkers. Make some Stalkers so when that boost happens, when that pickup happens, you can kill the Medevacs. That would help immensely. Yeah, don't land there. There are Zealots waiting for this to happen. There it is. The Zealots catch some on the ground. They kill a Marine, a Marauder, killing another Marauder. Yes, and another Marine. Again, every kill that the DecideR makes here is huge for him because there is nothing coming out except for some Marines. Okay, there are some Marines on the ground there for Galman, but this worker count is 21-2. The DecideR, you can finish this. You can finish this. I believe you. I believe in you. Okay, splitting the Zealots. Low ground, high ground. The DecideR having a smart idea. I like it. There aren't enough Marines and Marauders to actually take on either group of these Zealots. Is he going to try anyway? Galman. Galman, you sneaky, sneaky person. Alright, DT's still killing stuff. This one has 2. This one has 7. This one has 16. You know what? Can they one-shot those Widow Mines? No, it's a 2-shot on the Widow Mines. Just slowly walking around. No, that's okay. You don't have to run from these guys. Boop, boop, boop. Missile turret falling there, and there's a Widow Mine shot killing that Templar. Okay, so that one's on cooldown. Here, what is... He's building a bunker there? Oh my gosh. Alright, he could see it. So here come the Zealots again in a straight up fight. They just have better upgrades, and in these numbers, they're fantastic, especially with a DT in there. Getting the bunker, salvage the bunker, salvage the bunker, salvage the bunker. No, he doesn't, and Galman calls the GG, is defeated. The DecideR is victorious, and Galman has left the game. Wow. That was a good one. That was a good one. That came down to the wire, man. What did the Decider have left? 17 Zealots and 5 DTs. Did not make any Stalkers. Still had this mining base. Thank goodness. But again, Galman had this mining base too. The income tab was not that different. I don't think it wasn't that different. But for some reason, Galman decided if he couldn't kill this base, he was going to lose, and he tapped out. I mean, he didn't have much. He had an engineering bay. He had an orbital command, 2 barracks. The infrastructure available for the Decider was a lot more, and I think he recognized that. I think his awareness at silver level might have been able to, enough to recognize that, but either way, pretty fantastic overall. So good game, the Decider. Wow, I'm not sure which one of you guys sent this in, but thanks. That was really fun to cast. I hope you guys had fun too watching it, because that's what this is all about. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of Into the Void. You can catch this every week on Friday. To send me your Into the Void replays, go ahead and send them by email to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject line of Into the Void. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Broken and ashamed by what you have done. There is no redemption, and so you must run. And it's taken your heart and broken your soul. You cannot go back until you're made whole. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, there's a light upon you, and you follow it on, looking for a reason and a way to atone. All around you, the planets and stars. You're lost in a maelstrom of a great new unknown. And you're running into the void. You go searching into the void to find a place you can live, a place you can love. Is it just an illusion? When push comes to shove, go searching into the void. And you're running into the void.